relaxation is such an important part of your yoga for scoliosis practice. But with scoliosis, it's sometimes so difficult to get comfortable, right? Especially if you've got a thoracic scoliosis, so up in the upper spine, that also affects your neck, and you have a little bit of rotation in your neck, which we all do if we have a compensating curve. Then it's really, really worth making sure that your head is fully supported in your Shavasana so that you don't end up with this kind of slightly twisted position, which then isn't very comfortable once you come out. So this is what today's video is all about. If you've missed the last video, make sure you watch it. The last video was about the whole Shavasana setup. So really, again, really important to have a look at this in a little bit more detail. But today we're just going to be concentrating on the head support. Welcome to Move with Scoliosis. My name is Christine Jareggi-Berry, and on this channel you find everything to do with yoga and Pilates for scoliosis. There's a bunch of videos on here, so if you find this a little bit overwhelming, make sure you take my free quiz. You find it in the description below, and it will take you to some content which is tailored to you and what you need exactly. Good. So let's talk about this head support. So we learned already that it's important that the forehead is slightly higher than your chin. So we've already talked about that in the last video. Today is going to be more about making sure that the head doesn't turn or doesn't kind of move into a slightly awkward position. So for this, we want to create this little cradle around the head. So I'm going to show you this step by step. And we're gonna start with our blanket. So we're gonna have to do a little bit of origami again. So let's start from the beginning. I'm just gonna open this up completely. And then what we want to do is we want to fold it in half. So I'm taking the two corners, putting them together, and just making sure this is nice and neat. Then I'm gonna fold it again, folding it again in half, and making sure it's nice and flat. Then I'm going to fold it again in half this way, and then guess what? I'm going to fold it again. Now you end up with a little shape like this. So this is exactly what we want. I want the kind of frilly bits here at the top, and I'm going to fold it in a way that I've got a little bit of a gap here. So I'm not completely folding it in half, but I'm moving it a little bit further up so that you've got a little bit of gap space here, which is going to be to rest your shoulders on. So we're ready to lie down. We want the head here to be on this upper part, and then the tops of the shoulders will just be on this lower part here. So just bringing myself into position here. So I just want this edge to be kind of at the bottom of the neck, and then the tops of the shoulders will just be resting on there. And then what I'm taking is here the outer edges of that top layer, and I'm bringing them up to my face, and then I want to fold them away from my face so that I can then kind of fill in the gaps underneath the back of the neck. So I'm creating this little mold here around a little cradle for my head. So that was step number one. What I'm doing next is I'm taking the top corners. So again, I'm lifting them up, and then I'm folding them under. So this will lift my head slightly, my forehead a little bit, so my chin can drop. And then I can take all the rest and kind of just fill it in, just creating this little cradle here around my head. And then the head is really nicely supported, and I can rest in my Shavasana here. Super comfortable. I really hope that you enjoyed this video today. Feel free to let me know in the comments if you've got any questions. check out my 15-minute tension releasing yoga after a busy day, and I'll see you very soon for the next video.